So I got my first decent target here, but the signal's a little bit weird and jumpy. I'm gonna dig this up just to see what it is. When I turn, still all very jumpy, but I still get a very clear signal. All right. I kind of like how it's right around this plant right here. Ah, farm fields. You don't have to worry about your plugs. I think there's more than one target. This is weird. Oh. Target number 1. Looks like some kind of a pipe with screening around it. Or, yeah. I would say that's not old.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Like the screening on that looks almost brand new.
Yeah, this isn't old. This is, well, not super young, but probably from the 60s or whatever. It looks like part of a pump system, so it probably went into a pump, and it's a filter for a pump. But you can't take the headphones off on that without shutting it off.
That comes up 24, 23.
Yeah.
But now I'm curious to see if there's anything else in the hole.
Oh well, at least it's a target. But obviously with the detector, the numbers are jumping all over the place. It's usually something sporadic, and I said to Judy when she got that signal that it's probably something that's not, like, that is of odd shape, and sure enough.
Yep, and that's it.
It's odd shape, yep, that was it. Cool. Alright, that's first contact. On to the next contact. Okay, so on this one I got a signal. I called Judy over so she could try it with a Knox before I dig it up. We're going to see what they both read, and we'll dig this target up and see what it is actually. So go ahead, swing it, see what we got.
Mine's in the 20s. 22, 24, 25, 26. It tends to stay around 25.
Okay, do a turn. How deep?
What's this, 3 notches? 3 notches.
So about 4 inches. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll try it with the V-track and see what I get. It's jumping around a bit too, but it's very uppy jumpy.
Yeah.
It's up as
It never dipped down. Yeah.
it's hitting up in the 47s even. So I'm not thinking coin because it's jumping up around so much. It might be another one of those type of crappy objects, or silver, because this detector, if it hits up in the 46, 47 range. Now it's hitting 42, so I'm not convinced it's silver, but I'm definitely convinced it could be a coin, but it's jumping around, so it's got to be on an angle. So let's dig her up and see
You're
what
not
this is.
convinced of anything.
No, I'm not.
Put a
There,
shovel
okay.
over.
Here's my spot. Right there, I think. Whoa. Ground conditions today are fantastic.
Like butter.
No. Like margarine.
Ew.
was only reading 3 inches, so I'm going deeper. Swing over there so you can get. That's a yes. Yeah, it's out. It's in that clump. Try it again now. Remember.
23, 24.
Alright, in this little tiny clump.
I think you can find it from there.
Well, probably not a large coin if it is a coin. Try again here. I told you, it's just a funky object.
A clump of something.
Well, that looks like a, yeah. I think it's pewter.
It's like half round.
Well, half round, so it kind of sounded roundish. But there it is. Got some kind of markings on it. So it's a thingamajig.
It's a something that used to be something, as I used to say.
Yep. But at least we're comparing signals to see what the E-Track and the Equinox 800 is saying, and try to differentiate between the two and see which detector is giving us a better, not a better, but a good solid reading. But anyways, it looks like, I think it's a piece of brass because it's bringing up pretty high.
22, 23.
Yep. And on the E-Track, yeah, 42. So 42 to me usually means copper. There you go.
Very interesting. It's got some heft to it too.
Yeah, like I said, it's a big chunk of copper. But all right, on to the next relic. So, as you can see by the corn stalks, just check out the corn stalks as you're skimming the corn stalks here. It's very still rough. It's going to be a lot better once he mows this down and plows it up. We're going to come back again. And you can just tell by the little pieces of pottery you can see here in the ground. So there's a piece of a brick here, a piece of a pottery, and then there's also, if you see this little tiny button that I found, it's a little porcelain button. So these type of objects scream of a homestead. There used to be a blacksmith shop on this particular part, but who knows? The blacksmiths could have actually lived here. So that's why we're finding these kind of targets. But anyways, still kind of cool. Let's motor on and see what else we can come up with.
So it wasn't a great number, but it was coming up with just enough 23 that I wanted to dig it, and it sounded really good, like the tone. But
so she got herself, which I haven't put it in my hands yet, but what does it look like to you? I'll give her the glory before I put it in my hands, what she thinks. Because when we were here, Judy and I came here a while back, and I didn't film an episode of it, and I ended up finding a military button. And I don't know, like, this is another military button, but this one is bigger, so.
It's got the crown on it, it's got the
Talk towards the camera.
It's got the crown on it, and it's got an R, and I can't see the letter in front of it, but I think it's another Fencibles button. Yeah. Because
cool.
I can see, like, F-E-N-S for sure. And once we get this cleaned up a little bit more, I'm pretty sure I can read anything on that. It's such a pretty color green.
Nice. Yep. VR. Yep. Well, I don't think it wasn't offensive the last.
No, was it? I thought it was.
No, I don't think so. It was prior to World War I.
But it says F-E-N-S there.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
So.
She's got her good eyes. I don't obviously have my. As usual, I never do. It's always in that big blue thing over there. Drives me up the wall.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
that's
a
why
nice
you
one.
bring me along, isn't it?
So what exactly does it say then, Judy? Because it's a two-piece. But I already said this on. I said this on the previous video when we were down Niagara and Lakeway, when I found that two-piece button, I wasn't 100% sure if they had two-piece buttons during the War of 1812. And they obviously they did, because it was a War of 1812 two-piece. So this one is a two-piece too, and it looks like an older shank. It definitely looks pre-World War I, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. So what does it say?
It looks like it's Honisoit, Honsoit.
Honsoit.
And then that's either a P or F, ENS, and then E. So
Okay.
can't make out the rest of it up around the crown.
Cool. You'll get it. You'll see it in detail, obviously in 2 seconds, because I'm going to pull up the info for the editing of the video, and you're going to see it right on here, whatever the heck it is. Because we'll have to look it up and see what type of button it is. But fantastic find.
Had to switch knees.
That was a good one. Excellent.
Thanks, honey. Fist bump.
A fist bumping my wife. But yep, cool. Awesome find. That makes you happy, huh?
Yes, this is the first good thing I found in this field. So.
Well, it's the first good find so far in this field. So, and two of these, I don't know if it was the exact same button we've got last time. I'm not sure, because I'm not versed on all my buttons. But this might be a totally different era as far as the last one that we found in this field. And I found a large penny on this field last time, but it was very windy, and it was towards the end of the day. And we knew we wanted to come back when the corn stalks were gone. But what happened?
Corn stalks are still here.
Yeah, the farmers are having the farmers are having a real tough time out in this area because of the wetness, and I feel sorry for them. I'm sure a lot of them have to do with insurance claims. I'm really hoping that it dries up and they can plow these fields and they can get on with their planting so that they can make some real money. It's good for us detectorists to be able to be out here, but it's not good for the farmers. I'd rather the farmers get their crops in instead of me coming detecting, because I can come detecting in between their crops. The land's not going anywhere, and I'd rather them make some money and then we come and detect in between their crops. It's just an unfortunate situation for them to be in, that we're actually able to detect right now on this field. This field should be planted already, but it's not. Anyways, good, nice find. All right, so we're taking a little bit of a drink break. I already drank my drink, it's all gone.
I'm halfway there.
Yeah, and now we're looking up that button that Judy found, so go ahead.
So it's VR, which is Queen Victoria, and it says on it, Ani Soit Ki Mal Ye Pence, which is part of the British Chivalric Order of the Garter, and the translation says, "May he be shamed who thinks badly of it."
So they're like going against like women who are wearing garters and protecting their garters? I would do that. Protect the garters.
I don't know about that, but...
So what year is the button, roughly? I mean...
1800s, but I don't remember.
1837.
Yeah.
1837. So that's cool. It's not War of 1812, but it's a couple decades afterwards. So it's, it's a fantastic find. I love it.
They say it's Middle French. Whatever that means.
Kind of like Monsieur and Monsieur in the middle, right?
So the founder of the Order of the Garter was King Edward III of England.
King Edward III, so that would be, wow, King Edward III, I don't know,
Says
1300s?
The sovereign at the time was Queen Elizabeth II.
1400, 1300s? When would King Edward III be?
This one says 1348 was the first induction.
I was correct, 1300s. Yeah. Not that I know all of my monarchy, believe me. That was an educated guess because I've never gotten any coins with Edward III on it. So
and then when I roll down,
my earliest coin is from the 1600s.
Queen Victoria only put 132 people into that order when she was in reign.
In the order? Oh, so this button belonged to 132 people. I mean, we could literally narrow it down to 132 people who own this button. That's cool.
It says,
okay, who is it then?
The criteria was at the monarch's pleasure, so she handed it to whoever she wanted to. But, like, that's pretty amazing. The last induction was this year.
Wow.
So it's still going on.
Cool. Those garters are still being protected.
every king from Edward III and every queen.
Sweet. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice find. Okay, so let's get back out there and see if we can find some more relics. Back at you. See you in a bit.
Didn't you find one to order?